Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Content Creator Program is back. Before I start the video, I want to remind everybody you can click that support button right now and get yourself some free codes. We'll be sending out codes all season long. Probably about 6 or 7 free codes coming your way. We're at 3,409 supporters. If you have not done so already, guys, this will be linked to every single description and comment section. Click on that support button, support your boy, get free codes. It's easy to do, and it's completely free, so nothing for you to pay for in order to get some free loot. All right, guys, what's going on, ladies and gents? All right, Architect's Test. Let's do this. So I'm going to show you guys how this works. I'm currently on number 5 with my free-to-play. I'm going to exit here and just kind of give you guys a general sense of how this whole thing is structured, what you want to prepare for, and how you want to prepare for it, okay? So first off, a couple of things to note. The trial levels are set by you. You can go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 by clicking this little settings icon, this little circular thing, and then choosing your settings. Now, at level 5, the settings start at 3 million. 2.3 to 3 million. So it gets progressively harder, but the rewards are much, much better. You guys can see there's the rewards right there. And then right over down here at level 4, the rewards get a little bit worse. So you can see at level 5, you get yourself the 20 versus the 2 and 100. Level 3 goes to 1 and 770. You get into blues after that. And then level 1s, you get into the whites, right? So things are progressively getting better as you go up. So it's definitely worth pushing yourself as far as you can. Now, in order to do this, there are also some bonus things to help you out and also some things to cripple you. So keep this in mind. So first off, there are going to be a stage between SJW and then there's going to be a stage for the hunters. So very similar as before. Instead, what they've done, instead of having 2 different sections for it, where the challenge used to have, where you can do the SJW trophies and then you can do the hunters after. Now, instead, what they've done is they put them together into one whole thing of 12, and then you can you go through them. You guys can see who's doing what next based on the icons, and it is currently in sequential order of starting with hunters, then SJW, then hunters, then SJW, etc. Okay, a couple things to note. There are laws of the architect. Okay, so the laws of the architect allow certain things to happen. So, for example, number 1, increasing elemental damage. Weakness damage dealt by 50%. So this is a bonus for us. So it's imperative that you actually use that elemental weakness to your advantage. The increased dash cooldown is done by 20% now. So your dash is going to be happening a lot less. And then when the enemy hits you, they recover HP by 1%. Now this doesn't seem like a lot, but it is a lot because these enemies have a crap ton of HP. So for example, this fight right here, I'm at 2.92 and I'm fighting a 2.554 enemy. Okay, this is the wind team. You guys can see elemental weakness is wind, strong against water. So you definitely don't want to use the water team here. You want to stick with light or wind if you can. Now this is my free to play. I don't have a good Goto and I don't have Jenna right now. She's going to be the star of the show pretty much with Leonard, but I have Mirai, I have myself a Hansi Mei, and I have Min. So we're going to try this out with these guys and see how it goes. Now, keeping in mind, a couple of things to note about this boss. Number 1, Dongsu would actually work fairly okay here as a backup because of the fact that this boss tosses so many shields up in the air. So we're going to show you guys kind of how this works and how to prepare yourself for this. Okay, so let's go into here, jump in, here comes the shield. He's going to pop it off now. Starting to go towards you. And right here is where you want to start like doing as much damage as you can, okay? Now, TP does matter here. There's no extra bonuses outside of what you just saw, and that is the increase in your power, or elemental damage, sorry, the 50% extra elemental damage. But outside of that, everything else is pretty much going to be TP based. So get ready. It's going to hurt. If they hit you, if this boss, for example, hits, you're in for hurting, guys. So keep that in mind when you are doing this fight. It's actually kind of difficult to tell sometimes what's even happening because there's just so much going on the screen. Right, so here we're gonna do this. Get out. Look at that. I don't know if you guys saw how much he's got. So much HP still left, right? So we do this right here, and if he hits you, he's gonna be getting a lot of HP back. So make sure you actually do QTE in and out just to kind of save yourself some HP recovery sections of this fight. And QT makes you immortal, right? For that little bit of time, there's iframes. So we're gonna see right now if we can get through this. Okay, there we go. He's going to do another move. Again, avoid damage, guys. Super, super important. And you guys can see I already failed the 60-second mark. So there is definitely a challenge here. Like, this is definitely challenging. It's good. This is what we're all hoping for, right? We were all hoping for a little bit of a challenge, but now we got one. And I hope you guys are enjoying it because this has been exactly what I've been waiting for. Coming up with new tactics, try to be content. And this is one where you will have to be able to, like, if you guys are, look, he's back to 100% now. See, because that's all the damage he's hitting on me. Now, if this is too difficult, the next thing you want to do, guys, is simply reverse the difficulty level down to the next one, right? So let's say I can't do this one. For example, he's too tough. I go down to 4. You guys can see the biggest difference really between 5 and 4 in this stage is the amount of things I'll get, right? You guys can see. And it gets a lot more important as you get further into like the 10s. Like the 10s start giving you purples versus the blues, more gold, and then of course 1 ticket versus 2 tickets at 5. So this is where it's going to make a big difference. So we're going to change this one over to 4, and we're going to try this one again, right? So you got to have to be a little bit more like, you have to make more common sense of this, guys. Like, because you don't want to do something that's too difficult, waste your time there, and then not be able to move on. Like, you definitely want to move on and get some of the better rewards along the way. And right now on number 5, it really isn't a major difference to go from 5 to 4, but it'll progressively get worse and worse if we can't do better, you know, on the other ones. We especially want to get the 5 on the tickets, because those crafting tickets are super important. Okay, here we go. You guys can see now the difference is pretty crazy, right? And look, he didn't even recover HP there because he's got a shield on, even though I took some damage. But look how much quicker we finish this now. Look at that. What a difference between 5 and 4. It's a crazy night and day difference. There you guys go. So here's the tactic. Here's how to handle this. Try 5 first. Give it a try. It doesn't hurt. I've tried 3 times on this one. I have no luck. The free-to-play is just not strong enough, right? You guys can see right there, I got these rewards. Let me move my screen out of the way. Right there. Right? So 5 is too hard at stage 5 for me in terms of my free-to-play. But if I go down to 4, I was able to get 375 essence stones, get myself some tickets, get myself some gold, and advanced mana crystals. So the way you want to do this every single time, guys, number 1 is use a proper element because of the extra 50% bonus. Also, you guys can see that dash move or that HP recovery is gone at level 4. If you go to level 3, what else happens? Let's see. It goes 50 and 10, 50 and 10 there. If you go to 2, I don't think you can change it. Okay, so you guys can see you can't change it. If I go back up though, right there, you guys can see the HP recovery is back. So very important to do that. Now remember, the SJW fights are a lot easier to accomplish. So if I were you guys, what I would do is I would switch my focus from hunters to SJW, and then make sure that SJW can try at all times. You guys should all be trying level 5 anyways, but I think that's the tactic. Go to 5, try to see if you can beat it. If not, go to 4. If you can't beat 4, go to 3, and then of course work your hunters along the way as well too. Remember, you don't have to finish this day 1. This trial will last for 27 days, and if you do the trial and you finish us at a lower stage and you come back to get the rewards later, it won't work that way. So don't waste your attempts at lower levels, guys. Always start at the very top and then work your way down. Let me know how you end up doing. Let me know if you enjoy the content. I've been a big fan of this. More challenge, more fun, more ways to do content finally. And so far, this patch has been pretty bomb. Also, one big tip I want to tell you guys before I move on from this video is that if you are using your shadows during the level 5 and they take damage, the boss will actually recover HP as well. So you're better off not using any shadows at all if you're looking to finish this one, because when hit, the enemy recovers HP by 1% also is an extension to your shadows, not just the actual characters. So if you are planning to do this, guys, using your shadows is going to be a detriment. So just have them there for the power purposes. You can probably apply a buff really early, debuff earlier on like combustion or something like that. But once that's done, guys, stop using your shadows to avoid the enemy from recovering HP. Very, very important to note that part. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.